Yeah, whatever that was, I am not doing with my new JL. Tonight, we are doing something completely different. Night riding. We're going off-roading at FlexRock, which we've been to twice already in the daytime, but we're doing it in the dark tonight. We're gonna do probably a run or two while it's light out, and then sun goes down around 9, and with the woods and everything, it should be pretty dark in there, but I get to try out the new rigid A-pillar light cubes, which will be pretty cool. And I'm bringing the more built-up rig this time. I haven't been to FlexRock since the back bumper and winch fiasco right before I got my lift 5 days later. So this should be pretty cool. I'm rolling solo today, so I'll have to meet up with a group of people while I'm there and see what kind of caravan I can jump into to go out onto the trails. Hopefully there's some people I can mix in with, but it should be pretty fun. I'm expecting to at least get 2 runs in while it's dark out. I don't know if we'll just do the easier trails or if we'll also go on the creek side in the dark. I'm just happy to be riding in the dark and testing out the lights and getting some different footage for once, especially at FlexRock because we've been there twice, and I know I've already posted 3 videos from there, so this should be pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to it. So I'll update you guys when I get there and see what rigs we might be going out with, so you know who's in the line, and then we'll get some trail footage, and I'm expecting it to be pretty cool. So talk to you in a little bit. Night wheeling. People are going camping tonight, but I cannot camp tonight, although I would if I could, because then that means I could wheel tomorrow, but instead I'm just wheeling tonight. We're gonna do some night riding. Check out this stuff. I got the Max Tracks and the Roto Packs mounted on the back, so that's pretty sweet. Had to retrofit the Max Tracks a little bit. You can kind of check them out over here. Sorry, backwards. I had to do some flat bars to make it work, but the universal mount carries most of the weight. I just had to modify it so it could fit where the handles are. I can't actually use the mount pins for that because of the placement of them, but and then of course I got the new rigid A-pillar light cube, so that's what we will be using tonight in addition to obviously regular lights, so it should be pretty fun. Alright, so we're doing our daytime run. It's about 7 o'clock. So there's still some daylight. Super dry here. So really bumpy and throws you around a little bit. But we're about to hit the woods, so here we go. just had our first tree cutting experience. I'm gonna wait for our cutter to get back in his Jeep, but once he is, here we go. Didn't expect to have to do that. Still didn't bring a saw, of course. So, you know, here we are. Turning into a lot more work than I thought it was going to be, being the leader on the trail tonight. And this is just the daytime run, but we're clearing out all the branches and apparently low trees. But I'm the one that has to spot them, so luckily we had a saw and that one was already broken, so it just had to be moved off. We just did the dry run. The dry run was a little ruddy because it was super firm. The puddle spot still had water, but it wasn't a lot. And we had actually a couple of down trees, so we had to actually bust out the saw, and I didn't bring mine again, so someone else had to do it, thankfully. But people are starting to get camp set up for the overnighters, so that's cool. I'm not going anywhere near that tree line though because it's full of mosquitoes. All right, I am lead Jeep again. I don't know how I end up always being lead Jeep, but here we are. We're going to start off on the right side, which actually is heading backwards on the creekside stuff, and then cut through the middle over into some new stuff we haven't done yet. So just tired of running the same trail. It's not quite dark out, but it's definitely dark in the forest. So that's good, got the lights on, pretty cool, and we'll see where this takes us. yeah, whatever that was, I am not doing with my new JL. But this guy with the XJ just crushed it, and then came down the hill, and it wasn't even part of a trail. He just came down between some trees and then came back up. Absolutely insane. We couldn't believe he was coming back. Yeah, we took the wrong turn, so we're going back, and we're going to take a different way through and try and get over to the trails we haven't done over on the south side. So that was an adventure, though, that's for sure. Oh, and our buddy in the white Toyota, he's got an open diff. There was no way he was going to make it up that, but he wanted to try anyways. Luckily, he was able to back his way back up, so we didn't have to like pull him out or anything. So at least we didn't have to do any of that. So let's go try and get in the right part of the trail, go along the top side of the other side of the creek, and then see if we can't go explore new roads that won't break my vehicle. can you guys even see me? I got a light. I don't know if it does anything. So we did the Crazy Creek Trail. I talked to you guys after that. We hit a new trail that just got cut last month. It was a little tight. I did a bunch of 3-point turns, mostly because of the wheelbase, and I had no idea what angle to approach it at. But yeah, a couple 3-point turns got through just fine. And then we just hit the second half of our regular trail route that we did with those mud puddles and all that good stuff. But having fun in the dark, and hopefully I'm talking loud enough. I got the windows open and the exhaust is going, so it's fun. I still can't believe that guy did the creek bed. And I'm not convinced that he took a trail down, but I think maybe it is a trail, we just couldn't see it in the dark. But how crazy is that shit? It was awesome. So heading back, gonna take a break, put new batteries in the GoPros, and then probably just do the trail that I know at least one more time before leaving. We'll see who wants to go out next, and what crap we can get into. But definitely fun. Definitely crazy. It's harder to see the lines when it's dark out, even with the lights. But when I'm not leading, Ken took over the second half of that lap. When I'm not leading, a little easier to figure out what angle to take in between trees. But I can't. I got stuck leading into that creek bed trail, and I had no idea what we were getting into, which is why I don't like leading when I haven't been on the trails. But still super fun. Love it. It's a little dry for my liking, but definitely fun. Ah, I took the diffuser off and now you guys can see me. Shit. I'm taking some newbies out. Apparently I'm the trail guide for these events now. We're just gonna go hit the first trail that we did in the daylight earlier, so now we'll do it in the dark. That should be pretty fun. But now at this point it's just joyriding. I don't really need to explore new trails and cut around trees that are like 2 inches from my wheel fenders and not know if I'm gonna fold my front fender in, so I'm looking forward to just getting some riding in. Get some mud on the fenders, on the sidewalls, and just have fun in the dark using the lights. So should be pretty good. These guys say they don't like to get mud on their rigs, but I don't think that's gonna be a choice that they have. So I'm gonna take them through some of the mud pits. Here we go. see if we can get some rig shots and the lights. We had a full group this time. When we were going out earlier, it was just 3 of us. How do you not have a nickname for a lime green Jeep yet?
I just never known the nickname. We'll never actually come up with it.
Little 2-door TJ. Loki. With a crazy amount of lights. Oh, you made it with us this time. Nice. Cool. This was a big group this time. I had no idea this many people tacked on. Look at that. Pretty sweet. If you look in the distance, you can see 2 little lights. That's the prison. The pen. But that was a good run. Just a nice joyride. Didn't have to like worry about anyone. The green JK did it in 2-wheel drive. So it's pretty cool. These guys. You can't see them, it's too dark. Hey, what's up? We're not really on a trail, but let me do a light demo for you. Cube lights on, cube lights off. Pretty sweet. Now if I add a light bar to this, I'll blind people, but at least I'll be able to see. Pretty awesome. Why Loki while I got you?
Why Loki?
Yeah.
I like to think I'm sarcastic and funny.
And an asshole.
And an asshole with all the lights.
Yeah, it's the lights, man. He's like, am I blinding you guys? And we're like, holy shit. Look at that. That's cool. Vader doesn't have any lights on right now. Go over here. What do you got going on?
Fucking awesome. Trying to figure out why the lockers aren't working.
Yeah. Good call.
Yeah, it's muddy under here.
As it should be. Yeah, that one's pretty gnarly.
I got a seatbelt right across the
All right, Ken, I took you in Vader, so you have to say how it was.
Spoiled. I don't know that I'm going to want to go back into my 2008 JK because that was just ridiculously smooth.
Try going back.
I liked having a passenger, though. Everyone that I was supposed to come with bailed, so it was nice having a passenger and hanging out. But good run. It was a good run.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to that.
Can't even really see it.
You know, it's like going into, like I said before, you go from 321 to 456. Can you imagine going back to 321? You would never want to.
Night riding in the books. What an awesome time. Of course, it's midnight and I still have to drive an hour back to Buffalo, but I think it's worth it. You can't even see the mud, but we got there. Not as bad. It was pretty dry, but we dipped it in. We did some good stuff. But yeah, that's about it. Great time. We had a couple of trains of like 4 to 5 rigs going out. Nobody hit any trees, nobody hit each other, nobody broke anything. So, and the new trail, very tight. A couple of times us with the 4-doors, we had to do some 3-point turns, but it's still a cool trail. So I'm looking forward to getting home and going to bed though. And I have an early morning tomorrow, so all right. See you guys.